All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That is to say, in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is. Bahashem, meaning in the name. Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation. And that is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. All right. Now, what I'm going to scroll through here in different scenes is a TV show called Impractical Jokers, where these four individuals from high school teamed up years later to do impractical things, all right? And this particular episode, they have the, you know, now Dallas Mavericks NBA player, but at the time Los Angeles Lakers player by the name of Anthony Davis, okay? And one of the jokers is four of them, or there were four of them originally. One of them that goes by the name of Sal is going to sell his soul to his other friend Murray for these shoes, okay? Now it's a little bit of satire, but we're going to extrapolate from out of it. Now, I'm going to warn you, I'm not going to play the video or the sound because of copyright, strikes or whatever. So we're just going to scroll through, okay? So let's see if I can get to the first scene. Okay, this is Sal right here. He's the culprit, the, contestant at hand where if you have, and he's going to sell his soul, okay? Now, it's satire. He's not selling his soul exactly, but this is a good indication of how people are going to sell their soul when they roll out that micro CHIP chip, okay? Because you're going to have to sell your soul, okay? In order for you to buy and sell and so on and so forth, you're going to have to take that chip, okay? That digital all right? So let's see if we can get to the next scene. This is the one that is at question, Anthony Davis, the Lakers at this time, but now the Dallas Mavericks power forward. I believe Sal is selling his soul, quote unquote, for a pair of his shoes. This is another one of the jokers that goes by the name of, is it Q? I believe so. So this is the contract basically that Q cousin is the notary or whatever those people is that make the contract, final, a notary, a notary public, a notary, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about, a notary. Okay, so Q tells Sal to read over this contract saying that upon his death, Murray will be the sole propriety of his soul, okay? You know the old adage, sell your soul to the devil. Well, they're using this to play on words to make this episode right here as Sal sell his soul for a pair of shoes, okay? And I don't know if it's going to be able to show on this scene, but he has to take a needle and prick his finger and sign it in blood, okay? And they do this in real life, man, especially in these Masonic lodges. This is Murray right here. This is Murray, should I say. This is the one that I guess he's portraying the role of the devil, that Sal has to sell his soul in order to get these shoes. And we're going to see some of the things that he has to do to sell his soul, okay? So I think this is him pricking his finger to sign the contract in blood. That's him finalizing the contract with the notary, making it finalized. So he's signing it right there to sell his soul to Myrrh, aka the devil. This is Anthony Davis. I believe it's his shoes that he's allowing Sal to take. This is Sal's mom, and those are the shoes in the background right there that he's doing all this for. Okay, so I guess he's some type of sneakerhead, and these are some rare shoes, probably some type of Travis Scott shoes. So his first task is to ruin the shoes. They're going to give him wine to choose to pour on the shoes or pour on his mother's head to preserve the shoes, okay? And this is his real mother. So they're going to give him the option of either take the wine, pour it on the shoes, or take the wine and pour it on your mother's head. Let's see what he does. They're saying that they wouldn't do it, but let's see what he does. That's the bottle of wine right there. So he's at the crossroad where he has to decide, does he pour the wine on his mother's head, or does he pour the wine on the shoes that he just signed the contract for? Let's see what he does. As you can see, he's pouring the wine out on top of his mother's head. You know, a lot of people are going to make that decision when it comes to, hey, do I take this digital oil, this micro CHIP chip, or do I sacrifice losing my family? A lot of people are going to take that chip, man. Okay, they don't want to give it up. All right, they don't want to give their family up, man. They're going to take that chip. Trust and believe. Okay, it is written. All right, it is written. We're going to get it in scriptures. So let's go on to the next scene. Still pouring. So this scene right here, he has the option of he's going to have to walk on burning coals. Okay, he can either walk on the coals with these shoes on his feet, or he could take them off and walk on the coals barefooted. And I think the coals is like 900 degrees or 1,000 degrees or something like that. So let's see what he decides to do. All right, as you can see, he took off the shoes and decided to walk on this burning coal. Why? Because it's evident he done quote unquote sold his soul to myrrh. All right, because he's a so-called sneakerhead. But we know they all did it for, entertainment and to get views on this TV show called Impractical Jokers. But we're gonna look at it and take it as, hey, this is going to be for real when they roll out that micro CHIP, that micro, chip. Okay? So he walks across this bed of hot coals, all for a pair of sneakers. Just think how many of these people are going to sell their soul or take that chip to continue to have a job, to continue to stay and have a house. Sneakers is going to be the least of their worry. They're going to be trying to figure out how they're going to get groceries. Okay? How they going to get, uh, medicine for their little ones that got toothaches and belly aches and things of that magnitude. They have no sense of self-sufficiency. They're going to take that chip, man. Okay? Trust and believe. So this is him walking across the coals. That's his face as he's burning up, walking across him. All right, and that's it. So let's go get a couple of precepts. All right, this is the book of Mark, chapter 8 and verse 36. It reads, and this is Yahushua speaking, "For what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" So the time is coming where you're going to have to make a decision. Do I take this chip and keep everything that I have? Or do I forsake this chip and completely trust on Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai 100%? All right? Because if you take this chip, what is it going to profit you? Okay, you're going to get, instant gratification, but hey, soon afterwards, you're going to be plagued with all different types of sores. All right, leading up into what? Those thermonuclear missiles finishing you off. So it says, "For what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" Yeah, so you might gain the whole world. You might gain, a little bit of relief for the time being. All right, it may give you that, fulfill of your stomach not hurting or growling or whatever else anymore because you took the chip and now you can buy and sell. You can go buy you some food or whatever you may have. You may use it to pay your rent, but it's going to be all temporal, okay? It says, "Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?" Verse 37. Right, and we know what this devil is going to ask from you. He's going to ask from you to take this chip, this micro CHIP chip. All right, that's going to be his ultimate, allegiance that he needs from you in order for you to sustain your lifestyle. It says, "Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glorious Father with the holy angels." So you take that chip, that's saying that you are ashamed, okay? You're not worthy of what? To be in the presence of the Lamb and the holy angels. He's going to reject you and tell you that what? He never knew you, all right? That's going to be the ultimate sign that he ain't dealing with you, all right? When you call on his name and he says, "Depart from me, you worker of iniquity, I never knew you." All right, roughly paraphrasing it. Okay. So in that day, a lot of people are going to sell their soul. They're going to sell, they got to get their rent paid. They got to get their food, groceries, and they got to do what they got to do, man. Okay. It's going to be a lot of division. All right. Let's go there. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10. And verse, let's start at 34. This is St. Matthew 10 and 34. It reads, "Think not that I am come to," this is Yahushua speaking red letters. He says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's foe shall be they of his own household." Right. So in that time, in that day, it's going to be nothing for somebody to sell out their own parents, okay? And their parents to sell out their own children, man. All right. Things are going to get that rough, man. All right. Food is going to be scarce, and it's just going to be, it's just going to be a time like no other. You can't put it any better than Jacob's trouble, man. They're going to set the stage where, in order for you to receive aid, to get, food, to get shelter, to get protection, you're going to have to take this chip, okay? And what should it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So you got that for the time being. But now you don't put yourself in dire straits. You're going to lose your soul. You're going to lose everything. And we know what it says pursuant to what is that? Matthew, let me see if I can get it. It might be in this same chapter. And again, I think it's Matthew 7. It's gotta be 10. Salakia. Torment, fear him that can torment your body and soul in hell. Here we go. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This is the book of Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28. It reads, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." Okay? So that's who we fearing, man. All right? That's who we're fearing, okay? We're not worried about, what we got to do to eat or get shelter over our head or whatever else, man. Because we understand, okay? We understand that once you take that little device, the size of a grain of rice, that's it, all right? And there's going to be division amongst, people of your own household. All right? As it says right here, 36, a man's foe shall be they of his own household. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. All right? And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. He that findeth his life shall lose it. So here it is. You done got your little, 15 minutes of fame. You done got some food in your belly. You done got a nice place to come in out of the rain. But now what? Okay? Now you got to pay the ultimate price. Okay? Your soul is going to be tormented. All right? And ultimately it's going to be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear fire, man. All right? Your flesh, all right? Then your spirit is going to be sent back up to the heavens, and if you are an Israelite, you're going to come back into the kingdom, but you're going to have to go out in a gruesome way, in a gruesome fashion here on this side. And for all the other nations, well, when you come back, you're going right into slavery, okay? So it says, he that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it, right? So this is what it's all coming down to, all right? The hour of temptation. Revelation 3 and 10. This is what we preparing ourselves for, all right? Revelation 3 and 10 says what? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. When they make that micro CHIP chip mandatory, when they constitute it as law, okay, as a contract, when they put it on the books and that contract Like when we showed you that Sal had to read that contract, when they make this thing mandatory, that's that contract. All right? When you take that chip, they're going to prick that skin and insert that device into your what? Flesh. That's you signing that line with that blood, man. Okay? That's you making that contract with them. That's you letting them finalize it, notarize it, and now it's been made, it's been made final. You done took the chip, you done put it in your hand, that's it. Okay? The process is done. Now you can get your food, now you can get your shelter, now you can get your whatever else you need, and it's all going to just be for the moment, okay? Because soon after, you're going to start seeing those gruesome sores starting to come. You're going to have issues, and you're going to have no way to escape out of it, okay? So it says, Revelation 3:10, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth, right? So this is the thing that's getting ready to come, man. All right? And a lot of people are going to sell their soul. Why? Because they don't have any faith. All right? And ultimately, they're going to rely on this system. All right? They don't have any other option out. Okay? Some are going to sell it because they love their money. They got too much money to lose, man. You see? It's going to be able to get everybody on every level. Those that don't have money and can't afford the life to live, they're going to take the chip. Those that got a lot of money and don't want to lose the money, they're going to take the chip. You see? So it's going to cost all, both great and small, rich and poor, to receive that mark in their right hand or in their forehead. All right? So it's coming down to affect everybody. All right? If you ain't with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, you're subject to take this chip, man. Okay? And that's going to be the beginning of the end for you. All right? This is 1 Timothy chapter 6 in verse 10. It reads, for the love of money, right? This is going to get those with great sums of money. We talking about billionaires, millionaires, those that made a name for themselves. They're not going to want to let that go over a little device. They're going to take it. All right? They're going to sign that contract. Okay? When it's made mandatory. See, right now you can get a chip, but it ain't a contract. It hasn't been made mandatory. It's not constitute. But once they make it constitute and make it mandatory, that's it. Okay? That's going to be the end all be all. All right? It says, for the love of money, the love of money is the root of all evil. That's what's going to allow people to take this chip. For what shall it profit a man if he should gain the whole world, lose his own soul? You see? And some ain't going to have it. Okay? That's why in Proverbs 30 and verse 9, it says, what? Let's read it. Proverbs 30 tells you in 9, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take thy name of my power in vain, right? So those that ain't going to have nothing that's poor, they're going to take this, okay? They're going to use this. They're going to steal because why? They have nothing to rely on. They have no faith. They don't see no way out. And it's just going to be a best case scenario for them. Take this chip, get you some public help, some health care, get you a place to get out of the cold, whatever else. Okay? They're going to take it because they got no other option. All right? And then you got those that got too much and they don't want to lose it. You see? It's easier for a camel to go through a needle's eye than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of the Most High. So this chip is going to work on all levels, from the great to the least, from the rich to the poor, from small. We read it. All right? If not, we'll read it again because it's going to work on every level. Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So we see it's coming. It's going to get you. It's going to affect you, whether you're rich and you want to keep all your money, or whether you poor and you don't have any money. Okay, you're going to get this chip, and they're going to tell you you're going to be all right. All right. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. You're going to take that chip, you're not going to be all right. That's going to be it, as we read in Matthew 10. All right. You're going to be tormented. You're going to be tormented. All right. In hell. All right. And hell is a condition, the grave. All right. So it says 1 Timothy 6 and 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil. This is why those that have a lot of money, they're going to take it. Okay, because they love it, they covet it. It says, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith. You see, so this is what's going to cause a lot of these rich, athletes, these entertainers, and so on and so forth, why people to take it, because they've erred from the faith. Okay, they've made this money their god. All right. And it's going to come back to bite them in the end. They're going to get that prick. All right. They're going to make that contract. All right. And they're going to take that chip and pierce themselves. See there? And pierce themselves through with many sorrows. One of them is going to be that chip. The one sorrow that's going to pierce them is going to be that chip. All right. Because they got to get that in order for what? In order for them to keep their money, their status in this society. All right? And as soon as that chip is made mandatory, not long after, we're going to be up out of here anyways. All right? So that's why I say, so what should it profit a man if he should gain the whole world and lose his own soul? It ain't going to profit him nothing. Just for a little bit. All right? Then after that, it's going to be complete torture, man. So it ain't worth it to sacrifice, all right? Stay in the faith. Examine yourself, whether you be in the faith or not, okay? And continue to pray. Continue to fast. And continue to stay, plugged in with the Father through the name of the only begotten Son, Yahushua, all right? Because these times are coming, okay? So that's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up with 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant. Why? Because your adversary, the devil, trust and believe, he's doing his due right now, diligent, says, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right? He wants that blood contract. All right? He wants you to take this chip, put this device inside of your body and become his. Okay? That's that digital contract, that digital all. You're going to be his property. Once you take that chip, you belong to Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man. All right? That's his final stage of branding his cattle with that micro CHIP chip. All right? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And with that being said, we're going to wrap it up and pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.